Greetings and welcome back to Factorio. I'm KatherineOfSky and we are out here in our ore setup and we need to kind of trim up some of these ore miners and see if we can improve production just a tiny bit. It's clear we don't have enough over here to fill the belts, so that's not ideal. It's good that we're kind of collecting them, but what we need to do definitely is start shoving more ore over. So this one actually should have been before this thing. I'm not quite sure why it's not, but we'll put a second one here and get those things moved along. And this one needs to also have another one so that we're filling the leftmost belt first. Now we probably don't need this any longer because we are we're using steel furnaces now, or we will be very shortly. But look at this, how much material is now going to this last belt. Not a lot, that's for sure. So we need to probably get more ore in here. And I don't know if we have enough, actually. I don't think we do. I think it's probably easier for us to do something a little bit different. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to... Why is this not functioning properly? This is really strange. None of this should be going on this belt, I don't think. Okay, let's just take this whole belt off and delete it with the nanobots. There we go. Thank you, bots. Nice. Just grab that off. All right, let those couple of other pieces go in and dump in this stuff because we don't need it anymore. And also some coal. No, not the coal, because we need that for fuel. And then here we can get rid of this. Now then, this steel is more important than this iron. So what I'm going to do is take a belt here and prioritize it to the right. So let's just take this out, go here, and then we're going to input priority this one from the right. There we go. So it takes this one first and then fills in with this stuff. This is going to keep the ore moving for sure, but yeah, we're gonna have to figure out if we definitely need more ore coming in for sure. Now this setup, how much do we have here? Let's see, we have 20 miners. I think we needed 30 to fill a yellow belt. So let's just fill up this area with more. That was 3, 6, 7, 8. It'll do for now. We aren't actually using that much copper, so I think that's just fine. But what we can do here also is fill this from the right there. Input priority from the right side, yes, and then this can fill in any gaps if there are. Okay, so that will keep our production robust for a while yet. But we definitely can't afford to upgrade to red belts anytime soon or upgrade these furnaces because we just don't have enough ore coming in. We're going to have to tap this ore field out of map mode. This one that's very handily by the train tracks. But that is not for this episode, I think. I want to get the refineries set up this episode. That's going to be our task for today. And, okay, what do we want to do? We probably want to get advanced oil processing first. We don't have to, though. The funny thing about this new world of things is that this used to be essential because of the cracking. Before we have cracking, it was impossible to turn the intermediate products into something really useful. You could either store it in tanks or turn it into mountains of solid fuel, neither of which was great. It was always a storage issue. But now the processing of an oil plant simply makes petroleum from crude oil. That's the basic oil processing. Oh wow, we have so many iron plates and things. Let's just dump these in somewhere. Anywhere that'll take them. Yeah, copper. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. So I just wanted some more spaces there. So if we place one of these things down, all we have is basic oil processing. From 100 crude oil, we're going to get 45 petroleum. And that has simplified the oil process for everyone, especially if you're new to the game. You see, you have one input for oil. This is actually really interesting. I remember reading about this, that you don't have two inputs for oil. And this also allows you to see, if you go to advanced oil processing, where the water thing is. This is so good, because before both of them used to be oil, and you'd have to remember that heavy was on this side, so water was on that side. And it's made it a lot easier to get stuff done. So, but this is all we have access to before we get Blue Science, because Blue Science unlocks the advanced oil processing. But the thing we're going to need is lubricant from advanced oil processing. And let's see what else needs to come from this. We'll get rocket fuel, of course, electric engines and logistics. That all comes from lubricant. So we are going to have to switch to advanced oil processing fairly quickly afterwards, but I don't think it's an absolute requirement. In fact, we might want to go for lasers, or we can go for, we probably don't need this. A lot of people ask me, do you want to switch to electric furnaces? And the answer is no. You only want to switch to electric furnaces when you can provide the modules and beacons and modules to fill the beacons and the things and all the stuff, because the efficiency of coal is much better in a furnace rather than in a steam engine plant that makes electricity. Okay, we also have, these are quite nice, but I think substations require red circuits, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they do. So we can't make those yet. No reason to get those first. Braking force is for trains. Sort of capacity, we got low density structures. Mining productivity is a really good one. Okay, I think we're going to get this. You know what? Advanced oil processing is cheap. Let's get that. Let's get lasers. And then let's get mining productivity. Yeah, I think that's going to work for us. We might actually go for robot count soon after that. We'll see. But first we need to get the Blue Science happening. So let's go back up, and we do have our, we have 20 oil refineries. That's more than enough. I think we'll just, probably don't need more than that. I'm going to go and pick up some pipes, because from experience, it's always good to have extra pipes. And we do have our tanks. Good, good. That's very nice. That will work for us. Just going to take full stacks of these guys. Leave the half stacks here. Wow, we only have 3 radars left. That's interesting. I'll make a couple of more. Then we'll get on our train and ride. I like this. This carrying the train in the pocket thing is very handy. Right, reverse. There we go. Hop in. Boom. It's actually a fair distance away. It is definitely worth having a train rather than piping it all this way. Definitely worth having it. Okay, so we're going to hop out and take the locomotive with us. And then go down here and make some refineries. Now, I haven't done any defenses here yet, and I'm aware of this. We are starting to produce a tiny bit of pollution, as is expected. We might want to kill these bases shortly. I think I want a tank for that. Can we make a tank? Probably. Probably just ignored it. No, we cannot make a tank, but we can make a car. With a car, we can shoot, but I don't know if we want to actually do that yet. At the moment, what I do want to do is we want to get our refineries set up. And we want to set them up such that we can expand the whole business later. So let's start off like this. Okay, and each refinery we're going to have a power pole between, which is kind of necessary. I like to put it at the top or mid, because when you're running and changing recipes, if you go over the power poles by accident, like if they're in the middle, you basically just delete your power lines. It's very inconvenient. Okay, so we're going to do this. We have only 3 products. This is so weird to have only 1 product, but we're going to make it work. It's going to be fine. All right, we're going to have this. Now, this is the way to make a fluid bus in the game. This is really handy. We're basically diverting the products to the side so we can have multiple of these next to each other. So let's grab this. We can actually copy this entire thing. Is it gonna? No, it's not gonna go the way I want it. So I'm just gonna, I always do the outputs in a very particular order. I do petroleum at the highest stick, and that's just pedantry. You don't have to do it this way. You can do it any other way, but this is kind of convenient. Okay, so this is how we want to set up our oil plants. And this is all unnecessary at the moment, these 2 things. But later, when we get the advanced oil processing, if we look at this tech, it produces 3 different products. That's the heavy oil, the light oil, and the petroleum. So we're going to have a way to vacate all of that from the machine. And this just allows us to set up the space quite nicely. So let's copy this and then place a few down, like 5 maybe. That's 4. And then we have 5. And then we copy the whole thing again. And then we'll have 10. Okay. Boom. And then we can have 20. I think we want 20. This is a good, I guess you could start with 10. I shouldn't say this is a good starter number because most factories won't get to the point where they need 20. Pardon me. Anyway, so that is a good starting spot. What we can do now is we can connect up the oil. And since we don't have any trains on this line, we don't have to have any fear about crossing the train tracks. It's just nice. So, but I am going to get, wow, I have run out of undergroundies already. Look at that. Okay, we need to have one here. And then figure out how we want these guys to go along. I think we're going to do this kind of thing. Connect it this way. All right, there we go. And just kind of measure along. Wow, I cannot believe how fast we ran out of pipes. I thought it was going to be fine, but nope, not quite. All right, so this is filling here. I think we might want to have a tank farm here somewhere. It doesn't have to be big, but we want to have it kind of on the side. Let's have it right here, actually. What we want to do is have a space where we can measure how much we have, how much oil there is. And this is a good spot to have it. It just shows us, hey, are we overusing? Do we need more crude oil? What's going on with the production? Kind of important to have that. All right, let's take this one down. And then we're going to get this oil from here. We might even connect this up this way. There we go. All right. And we're going to have to go and get more of these pipe to grounds. No, I thought I'd have enough. Man, how funny. Okay, it's all right though. I mean, we're already out. So we've already hooked all this stuff up. Now we just need electricity here. And we can get this just easily that way. Now this second pipe here, this is for water, for advanced oil processing. And this one is going to be heavy oil, light oil, and then the last, of course, is petroleum. So there we are. We have this. Now we probably just need a... Wow, look at this. All the pollution happening. But we do have the radar scanning, and all of this is scanned. So we will see the pollution as it goes out from here. But we also need to figure out some ways to defend this area. I think it's going to be a little important to get that done. I don't know. I guess we could do walls. Now the question is, do we want to do wall in the entire base, which is extremely handy? Or do we just want to wall in little bits of things, and which is very easy? I tend to wall off like huge sections of a continent at a time because it's just simple. It's much easier than worrying about anything else. But I don't really want to do too much defense until we have lasers, because I do not like distributing ammo. I don't like it at all. It's just not that fun for me. It's okay, but yeah, not my favorite thing. So we're just going to put a few turrets out here defending each other and the thing. Hello, Squeak Through. Thank you. And we can move this one a bit. We'll definitely protect our tank because that's kind of important. Go. Railroad. Pipes. Oops, that was a little bit too far. Trying to put it within range of the other turrets as well as within range of the things that it's defending. I am glad that I brought quite a few of these turrets with me. Okay, that seems very reasonable. And looking good. Looking very good. I do want to place, I think, lights between these, between the refiners, because what is a refining area without lights? They look like almost like space towns or something. They're quite cool, I think. I think we need more lights, though. Definitely need more lights. Thank you for making lights. Hello. Good, good. I always thought they looked like really futuristic cities or something. Pretty fantastic. Now then, we need to figure out where we want to have our train station. And I think here might be okay. It is by the trees. Let's see, are there trees this side? There are some trees this side. We could pipe it over here if we wanted to and just kind of defend the whole place. What about up here? Do we like this section of the area? It's kind of hard to see when it's a little bit dark, but what we're looking for is we need a place to make a parking lot and a station. And I think maybe up here would be okay. I'm thinking, like, what do we want to do in this area? Do we want to do any oil stuff, i.e. Making the batteries and making the loop? Well, we'll probably make lubricant here, but do we want to make anything that is insertable, i.e. solid products, like, you know, explosives, batteries, sulfur? Probably not is the answer to that question. I think we might make all the liquid products. So we will need a few chemical plants up here, but I think the majority of our chemical plants are going to be in our main factory. So we might even have the station here. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell now. I'm thinking, there's too many trees here and I don't want to really get rid of those trees. I'm thinking maybe we should just have it here. We could have the station here. That seems all right. I just want to have the station close enough that we can easily pipe the oil around here. So why don't we do that? We're going to have several products. We're going to have sulfuric acid. In fact, you know what? Let's make a station for each of the products. Each of the things. We have crude oil, which would be for deliveries of crude oil. Then we can do, I don't know if we need heavy oil. We might just have a station for solid fuel, because that can be made without anything else like iron or anything like that. Lubricant, yes. Petroleum, yes. And sulfuric acid. So 1, 2, 3, 4... and 5 for the solid fuel, I guess. So 5 different stations. That's quite a few now that I'm thinking about it. But it will be okay. Let me go and look and see in our station directory what we have here. Train stations. No, that's not the right one. It's under rails. Yes. So station loading. It's primarily loading oil. So this is for a 2-car train. I think that will generally work for most of the things, but I do want to expand it to be a 4-car train. Is this room for 5? That's the question. Maybe here? Let's turn off nanobots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and then we have to have... Yeah, that's plenty of room. It is definitely plenty of room for that. Because the last one is going to be boxes and stuff and things. So that's okay. I think that works. Alright, so let's delete this and improve the original setup here. We do need the undergroundies, though. That's not ideal to not have them. Okay, let's copy this setup here and then take it along with us. So we want to have 4 cars. There we go. That's fine. We'll have this one here. Oops, there we go. So that one goes that side. This one goes this side. Just put it there. Okay. And then 2 pipes to fill each of these sections of tanks here. And I think that's pretty decent. All right, let's go and get some more undergroundies and more pipes and stuff so we can keep on working on this area. Just take our train back. This is very handy, leaping through the universe like this. Very useful. Now, we didn't make chemical plants. I probably should make those as well. Don't know if there's anything that we can make. We do need to be making sulfuric acid for blue science, and then we also need to make plastic. So, but all of that I think is going to come to the main base, and we'll have petroleum. Wow, we're going to have petroleum on the bus. That is something I never do. So that's kind of a fun thing. It's good to make factories different from time to time and just like, how do I solve this problem now? This is fantastic. So I like fantastic things like this. We need fuel. Actually, we can use wood for fuel. That's fine. That's actually quite handy. That can go there. This can also go there. Oh, no, not both stacks. These also. And we're going to need more train stations. That's for sure. Yeah, let's make 10 or 17 or however many. Several. Gonna need several. Right. What's the other thing that I was thinking about? Oh yes, the pipes. Many pipes are needed. This bus is getting long enough that I almost feel like making a station on it. We need to expand this for sure. No. Wrong clicks. No. Okay, but this is fine. I think it should be enough. I hope it'll be enough. Send that one back and then take all of these. Do we have enough of other stuff? We have signals. We could use more signals though. Can always use more signals. I want to have more lamps. Now that's a thing we might want to build automatically is the lamps. What do they need exactly? Copper cable. They're one of those annoying things that need copper cable. No. But the reason for building lamps is that eventually we can get them delivered to us or placed down by robot once we have all that sorted. Oh, and look, see our little boutique here. Making all the stuffs is actually making stuffs. So we'll put this here and we need this 2 away. But whenever we put down a blueprint, the robots will be able to take from a provider chest and just distribute them easily, and we don't have to worry about it. So we'll do this. We need copper cable. This will be making copper cable. Yes, good. And we need this. And this goes there. We need this thing to go out into a box. There we go. We'll make 2 rows of lamps, but I do need the copper, which came from the lands of green circuits. Look at how many green circuits we're making. Not that many. And yet we're still succeeding. This is fun. This is fun to discover new things. I really like discovering new things. It's fantastic. Right. So copper, yeah, that goes there. And then we should be able to make some stuff. We decided that. Excellent. And then power pole. I tried to put the power pole, by the way. You might have noticed I don't often put boxes like this because it's hard to see them. So I always put the power pole to the side if I can. And that's just for readability thing. There we go. Nice. Okay. Lamps are being made. All right, we did get a few pipe to ground or underflowies or undergroundies or whatever you want to call it. Oh, we were going to make chemical plants as well. I forgot about that. Let's make those here. I don't know what we need for them exactly. Steel plate. Yeah, same stuff. Same stuff as we always have. Okay. This belt, that belt, and then that one. Perfect. Oh, and if you've never seen this kind of thing before, it's basically reaching over several belts to put them in. I remember, man, when I did the Pyanodon series, I had this absolutely fabulous mall where that was the thing to do. It was really good. I had like 6 belts or something, and I had some interweaving, and I had these inserters very far away, and there were extra inserters that were extra long, and it was really, really quite fun. I enjoyed that a lot. That series was so funky, but it was a good series. There's a lot of really interesting things going on there. Okay, so with advanced oil processing, now do we make sulfuric acid there though? Because that actually requires iron plates. I forgot about that part. Sulfur does not require anything but water and petroleum gas. Sulfuric acid does require stuffs. I really don't want to ship anything there. So I'm thinking we won't do sulfuric acid there. Maybe we'll just do 4 stations then. Because I don't want to... Right now, we don't have an easy way to ship iron. Wow. Oh, okay. Pollution is getting bigger. But we can check our turret coverage. This is nice. We need to obviously cover some more of these and the train station up there. So that's a concern for us. Let's see, we do have 10 train stops. That should be enough. Got plenty of defender capsules. I think we're kind of good to go. We could pick up some more of the undergroundies though. Underflowies. Underflowies. It sounds better than pipe to ground. I think it does anyway. It sounds better. Yes, we're going to go with that. It's fine. Do we need anything else for this thing? No, it's just slow. So we need a better machine here. Good. That will help that process a bit. All right, and we can go back to our outpost. And we might even do a building train. We probably need to do a building train this series. Maybe. We'll see. But if we're going to do kind of like basic outposts, I don't know if we'll need it. So we'll see. I know a lot of people have asked me to take it to a mega base, but I don't know if I will. We'll see. There are many other series that I want to do. I have 2 awesome friends that I play with, and they are just amazing people. And I would really like to do some multiplayer. I know the series with Pyanodon that I'm playing with Avon 1017. That's coming back. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that. That's probably going to be streamed, but I don't know yet. We haven't decided. But that is definitely on our radar. We're really interested in doing that. So that's something you can look forward to. And then we also... I also have some other ideas about some series that I might do. So, yeah. Those are kind of upcoming. So I'm not sure what I want to do with this series. This is kind of like if there's any crazy weird changes going on in Devland. It's like, okay, what's going to happen? Should be fine. Now then, we have our 1 station. So we don't need to actually take that. So we have this station. Do we only need 3 then? 3 plus solid fuel. So we don't need an extra one. So we could move this up a bit. Let's see. If we go tab... to turn off the nanobots real quick. let's grab this thing. Let's just make this. That's, there's 3. And then we want to have our solid fuel station, which is probably going to look like, let's see. This one? No, no, no. It's a loading one. Wait, hold on, hold on. We need, okay. I'm like, which way do we need to do this? Let's look at the fluids again. Okay, we're going to have petroleum. We're going to have lubricant. And we're going to have crude. The others stay here, I think. Yeah, I think the others stay here. And we can make solid fuel here. And water, we will not need to ship in. There's tons of water. Sulfuric acid, nope. Okay, I think that's okay. All right, let's go back and check out loading. Do we want one side or two? Two-side loading. I think one-sided loading is surely going to be fine. I don't know how much solid fuel we actually need. Maybe two-sided loading is better. That's a lot of belts there. But it should be fine. All right, let's see what this looks like. It's a bit big. It's a bit big. There, we can move it there. So this is kind of what we need to do-ish. This has all got blue belts, but we'll change that in a second. Is that aligned? I think it is. All right, let's just make sure. Yes, it is aligned. Okay, great. Well then, we could actually move this slightly down if we wanted to, or we could make sure that we have room for another stop. I think that's fine if we do it this way. We're going to take this off because we don't need this curve right now. And I think this is going to be our train stop. This is going to be okay because we're going to have some of the production up here. So it's a bit of a shorter thing to go that way. The crude can come in, actually can come in through this pipe here. If we put the crude all the way to the right, that way it will use up this stuff first if we put it at the end of the line. And that will make some sense, I think. All right, so turn on nanobots and get everything back going on. Go and see what we're doing here. Great, great, looking good. Now then, with this station, I'm not sure if we can actually do anything with this at the moment. We do not have green inserters at all. However, we may not need them yet. I don't know what we're going to need them for. Like, which science is it? Is it yellow science or purple? Or none of the above? Not purple. Apparently none of the above. Right. I thought there was a science that... Was it chemical science? Was it blue science that used... Yeah, I think it was. I think it was changed from solid fuel to sulfur. Okay, so we don't actually have to have solid fuel. So we're not going to worry about this right now. We're not going to change into different things because we're not even going to make solid fuel. What we need to do here is find a way to get all of these things out into the main line again. So I think we can probably start off with, let's get this. I'm shift clicking this to go into rail planner mode. This is so good. I love rail planner mode. So tasty. Okay. And then we're going to have a diagonal outlet. So this is going to go out this way. And then I have this thing. No. Oh no, that's the wrong way. This is a straight to a diagonal curve, not a diagonal to diagonal. But it still works. That's nice. That's handy. Okay, excellent. And all of them will work except for this one. I think it's too far off. I think they'll all work. Let's see. Let's just make sure. Yes. Aha. Yes, that works. And that works. Perfect. Beautiful. And these guys, we need to signal them properly. Let's get everything organized and then we'll signal. This one already has a signal because past KOS thought about signaling. She's great. Okay, take this here. Boom. And then this one, it looks kind of like there. Nope, it's the one before. Eek. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. This one? Maybe? Ah, yes. Excellent. Okay, so now we have 2 outlets for each of the different things, and we're going to signal this properly. So if you have never done rail signaling, if you have played Transport Tycoon, or TTD or OpenTTD, you will find this very, very similar. So what we want to do here is make sure that the trains don't get in a jam. So let's start off at the train stations. We want to have the train stations being in their own block, just for efficiency's sake. So we're going to put train signals here. That's so that when the train leaves, the next train can come in very quickly. Now it looks like we do have signals behind the stations, so that's exactly what we want to happen. So we won't need to worry about that. Do we have 2 more tanks? Yes. Okay. Get those later. Now then, but I also want the trains to be able to pull up here. So let's put in signals here. Now, if you have a situation, was it this one? Yeah. This signal can go either here or on this track. And if you want to put it on that track, you just press R, rotate. But we want it for this one coming down there. So we'll do this, kind of break it up into blocks as the trains kind of move along here. Now the train can go 2 different ways here. And one of those ways involves crossing a track. So what we want to do is put in a chain signal. This is a rail chain signal. And what this does is it looks ahead to the next signal and says, hello, are you free? And if it's red, this one is red. So basically, if you have a train that's waiting along this line here, this one's going to be red. And what that's going to do is when the train comes from this side, i.e. like this, it's going to stop here. And it's not going to go here, for example. We need to have another chain signal there. So it could stop there, but it's not going to stop there. This, oh God, it's blinking now. That's because it's in multiple blocks, but it will be fine. Let's just put one here, and we need to close this block as well. And this one can be a regular signal. That was a little bit convoluted. Anyway, this one looks ahead. This one says, oh, wow, that chain signal's red because this one's looking ahead and seeing. Why is it seeing this one as... Okay, now it's green, but if we put this here, it should be red. Now it's red. Okay. So yeah, otherwise this train might stop here if this is a regular signal and it would be blocking the path. So you don't want to have these kind of train jams and block stuff. So we're going to take off the trains now and just keep on signaling where we need to go. Now this one needs to be a chain signal because again, it's crossing a path. If it's merging like this one, we don't really care because this train is, the tail end's going to be up here. It's fine. It can go to the next signal. This is another situation where again, we have a chain signal here. We want to have one to close off this area from the other thing. Take that one there and regular signal here. Now, the reason this one is blinking is because it's in multiple, the block surrounds it basically. It's very unhappy about the situation. So if we look, you can see that the blue block is around the entire signal and therefore it's not breaking a block apart. It's just, you know, having the block around it. So now that we have it this way, it's a lot happier. Now here we need to have, again, a chain signal looking ahead because we don't want to block this area. Now here, I think we can have a regular signal there. What we're looking at with this is to make sure that there's enough of a train length to go for a train to sit here without blocking this path. And I think there is. Here we can have another regular signal, but this should work for us pretty darn well. And the blueprint that I'm using does have signals at every power pole, so it's actually broken up, or every other power pole, I think. It breaks it up automatically into regular blocks. Okay, so let's do the end of the station, the back end of the station. And what we want to do with that is make sure that we have a parking lot available. And I want to think about how do we want to... We can do right angle curves, which probably is enough. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's take the 90-degree curves like this. Okay. All right, and then we'll get our rail planner thingy and go like that. I wonder if I have enough rails. I bet I don't have enough rails again. Silly me. All right, so then we're going to go and get our parking area. And we will see if we can find one that works with this situation. I want to have one that... Let's see, do we want a diagonal one? We could diagonal one it. If we come in... That actually might be fairly good. Okay, I think this one will work. And the way we do these parking lots is you need to have the chain signal. Okay, we need to probably... Let's make the curve here first. No, no, no. Please. Thing. No. Okay. There. And then this way. Oh, no. Oh, geez. No. Control Z. Undo. There. Oh, that is so weird. That's not right at all. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing... So I'm making the thing. And then all I'm doing is pressing shift. And it changes. Shift and it changes completely because I want to get rid of the trees. All right, I think I'm going to have to shift and then rotate. It doesn't want to work. Why? Why you do thing? This is so silly. At this point, I am really wishing for old rails. We used to have curved rails and straight rails. Believe it or not. It was, yeah. There were two different pieces. Yep. Okay. It's fine now. Anyway. Do I have that rail print? Nope. It did not transfer. Let's find it again. I think it was this one, possibly. Okay, that's right. Now then, the rail print itself is quite interesting. All right, let's go. Keep on going. Place all the signals, and we've run out of train tracks. Great. Anyway, let's see. We need to get these guys. We have the end signals, which is great. Oh, we need more pumps as well. Oh, geez. Let's go and do that. But each of these also can have their own chain signal here to kind of make the blocks shorter. It's important to not put any regular signals between here and the station itself. Now these guys, some of them are blinking because we're missing track, but basically when you have a chain signal, it makes sure that the track ahead is clear, for one thing, and the station will be clear for whatever train it is. So if you have multiple trains waiting on one station, they won't kind of go ahead and like clog up the whole thing. But they also allow choosing of tracks, which is very, very important. So if you have two stations that are taking crude oil, the train is allowed to choose one that's empty. Because when the trains pick their path, it's when they are leaving their original station. So it's important to let them choose once they get to their destination, because the destination might be quite different than it was when they started out on their journey. And you have to do the same thing here. You can see this chain signal. It is blinking because it's the rails are not there. But it allows the train to choose an empty parking space, which we have here. So these are just parking spaces that the trains can wait in. We need to go and get some more rails, but I think that might be a project for another time because we've run out of time for this episode. But I hope you found this interesting. I hope it's helped with the train logic and signaling and stuff like that, do come to the Discord if you have any questions. There's many people who are knowledgeable on the subject, and we can help you with your train difficulties. But that is all the time we have for now. Thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.